Starcasting to you from the City of Angels. Hello everyone, I'm Karis. Thank you so much for being here and listening to the Voice of Astrology podcast. This is your astrology cosmic superpower for the week beginning Sunday, August 27th through Saturday, September 2nd, 2023. Let's journey together with astrology and explore how to connect with the stars, the planets, the energies for our new week ahead. Sunday, August 27th, we are starting off the week in the waxing gibbous moon phase. The moon is increasing in light and almost full. This month we are having what's called a blue moon. When we have two full moons within the same calendar month, the second full moon is called a blue moon. And this is taking place this Wednesday at 7 degrees Pisces. A blue moon is filled with good luck, blessings, myth, magic. It's very favorable. I'm going to cover that more fully in a moment, because also, as we are starting off the week, we are having a once in 2 year cycle. The planet Mars is entering the sign of Libra. Now, Libra is ruled by Venus, and Venus is all about the peace and harmony, getting along, love, relationships, sexuality. And when Mars, the warrior planet, Mars, the masculine energy of go for it, forward, get things done. When Mars enters the sign of Libra, it's like Mars is stirring the pot as far as upsetting the peace. So with this energy, along with the increasing intensity and power of the full moon coming up, if you find that people around you seem to be more impatient, more irritable, this is the Mars energy going into the domicile, the castle of Venus, meaning Mars, the job of Mars is to get things done quickly. Mars doesn't have a lot of patience. It actually wants everything done yesterday. So this is a cosmic guidance for you that is saying, take a breath. When you see or if you experience things and people around you that seem to be too impatient, don't let yourself get rushed, to get pushed. Just try to keep it even keel and in balance, which is what Libra and the sign of Libra and Venus does. It's all about keeping the peace. But right now, with this once in 2 year cycle, with Mars entering the sign of Libra, this is where things get stirred up and more agitated. And always with the increase of energy as we approach the full moon, that gets intensified as well. Now, because Libra and Venus is your relationship, your marriage, your partner, this is not the time to get into a big, heavy conversation. Honey, we need to talk, because the impatience and the Mars in Libra of wanting to rush into something before there's a discussion as far as looking at all different sides to an angle. One of the things about Libra is that Libra is represented by the scales of justice. So Libra can seem to be a very argumentative sign of the zodiac. It really, that is not the intention behind Libra. What Libra does is it wants to look at all different angles to a situation before the final decision is made. So with this Mars entering Libra, if it seems as though your mate, your partner, is trying to be argumentative, they're really not. It's take your time, take a breath, try to be patient, and look at all different sides to a situation so that the best decision can be made. This is what Libra, the sign of Libra, does. Libra wants everybody to walk away from the negotiating table happy with the deal. And the thing that really upsets Libra is that because Libra is so tied into law and justice, when Libra sees a situation that is not fair, this is really disturbing to the sign of Libra, because Libra is all about what is fair, what is the right thing to do. Let's go around and look at all different components so that the end result will be the scales of justice, not only fair, but in balance. Monday, August 28th, we have the planet Uranus, which is the planet of uniqueness, the future, being ahead of your time. The planet Uranus is stationing retrograde. Now, the planet Uranus is what's called an outer generational planet in astrology. Uranus takes about 84 years to go through all of the signs of the zodiac. The last time we had Uranus in the sign of Taurus, which is where it is now, this was during the Great Depression years back in the 1930s. So Uranus stationing retrograde, it's in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is the money sign. Taurus says, this is my possession, this is what I have. So with Uranus stationing retrograde, which is adding to the 6-planet lineup of retrograde planets that we're having now, the Uranus retrograde is about going back retrograde, re-looking at something as far as what you are doing with your money. Because Uranus is disruption, it's a sudden ending divorce, separating kind of energy. Look at what's happening with your finances, how you are investing, where you're putting the economics of your life to your favor. Because a retrograde is about, we've got to slow it down here and go back and redo something, research and re-look at something so that you are not separated from your finances. The other thing about Uranus and Taurus is that Taurus represents the talents and abilities that you were born with. So in life, you may find or return to something where you just have the knack for it. Yes, we can discipline and train and do everything possible to hone the craft, but the return to what is unique and different about you. This is the planet Uranus. What is unique? What is your unique gift? And everybody has something. This Uranus retrograde is about what is it that you may want to return to that, again, you've always had the feel for. It's of value, because Taurus is a sign that represents value, the exchange of value for value. Uranus is also flashes of insight and brilliance and how we're going to move into the future. Uranus is ahead of its time. It thinks differently. It wants to do things differently. So find what it is that is different about yourself. Celebrate that. Bring it out. This is part of the Uranus retrograde cycle that we are starting this Monday on the Moon's Day, August 28th. Tuesday, August 29th, now that we have Uranus transiting retrograde as well, we now have 6 planets, Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. All of these planets are in retrograde motion. Now, with this huge cosmic power and then some of retrograde energies, retrograde meaning to return, what this is supporting you in is whatever it is in life that you may have felt that you missed out on, that it wasn't the right time. You wanted to get married, but you put it off for whatever reason. You wanted a baby, a career, whatever it was for you that you felt like it wasn't the right time back in the past for a variety of different reasons, life just being life. These 6 planets retrograde are a return to the truth of what you truly need and want. This is a supportive aspect that, yes, retrogrades are saying, they're asking, please slow down a bit and take a better look or a deeper look at what it is that you truly wanted and what you still want. It's a lot of soul searching. It's a return. To you can have what the dream is and was. Also on Tuesday, August 29th, we have the moon in the sign of Aquarius. Now, Aquarius and the moon being what we need, Aquarius is about the space and the freedom. This is Aquarius. The freedom to clear your mind. Aquarius is an air sign, so it's about the attitude, the mindset, the space and freedom to clear the cobwebs out of your mind, to get clarity about how you are creating the new future. Aquarius is also what we want to create and bring into the future. So these two energies happening at the same time, which is the retrograde planets that are saying you can have what it is that your true dream was what you need. The moon in Aquarius, the moon being what we need, the moon in Aquarius is saying, I feel like I need some space right now and some clarity. So a new attitude, a new mindset about what it is that you are creating for the dream of your life. For instance, today I had a conversation with an astrology client, and she wanted to know why her sister was acting so jealous and resentful of the great relationship she has with the man in her life. And so as we explored this a little bit, the bottom line is that the sister's attitude, what's going on in her own mind, in her own belief system, that's a perfect example of what can change, what can be redone with all of the retrograde, so that yes, of course you can have a great relationship and the dream guy of your dreams, instead of being resentful of the sister that has a great guy, the person that is making changes in their mindset. That's where the power or the muscle, let's say, a mental muscle that we all need to exercise in terms of the belief that you can have the relationship that you want and would love to have. We're wired for connection. And it begins with the belief, the mindset that, yes, of course you can have a fabulous relationship and not be resentful of and jealous of your sister that has done the work. She's a Capricorn. She has done the work and then some to create the dream life that she has now. And everyone has that power. You have that power. The cosmic energies are highlighting or putting a spotlight for all of us with all of these retrogrades that yes, you can have whatever the dream is, and you should. But it takes some reflection, some work, and going back to the original dream. And the moon in Aquarius is saying, but give yourself some space and freedom to really think this through and decide on how you want your future to be. Wednesday, August 30th, we have the full blue moon at 7 degrees Pisces. How magical and dreamy and enchanting is this? Because when we have this full moon and the full moon at 7 degrees Pisces, 7 degrees Pisces is the first division, the first decanate of the sign of Pisces. This is dream big. Pisces is ruled over by Jupiter, and the job of Jupiter is to give you blessings and all the things that we are so grateful for in life. And the key to Jupiter, the magic of Jupiter, is saying thank you. It's gratitude. The more we say thank you for every little thing that we have in our life, the more the blessings grow. Now, also with this full moon at 7 degrees Pisces, the full moon is making a conjunction. It's lining up with Saturn in Pisces. Now, Saturn is the realist. Saturn says, do the work, get real about what it's really going to take to make your vision. That's Pisces, the dream, the creativity. Pisces is the artist. Whatever it takes, that as far as work goes, you can with this full moon, blue moon, lined up with Saturn in Pisces, you can make it come true. You will make it come true. Now, where Saturn highlights, what Saturn highlights for us is Saturn in Pisces is saying whatever the addictions are, escape, just having your dreams up in your fantasy, but never doing anything about it, Saturn does the work. Saturn reaps the reward, meaning we do the work of Saturn, we get the reward. So the full moon the blue moon in Pisces is what are the actions that you may need to take to make the dream a reality, and any of the distractions, they have to go. Mars and Saturn, in ancient times they were called the evildoers because Mars and Saturn take things away that it's time for them to go. We tend to like to acquire, but sometimes things have to be released in order to make the dream come true. So we're starting off this week with Mars, the lesser malefic, in Libra, which is what irritations, what impatience, what ways of stirring the pot and being argumentative just for the sake of arguing, that needs to be cut away. And with the Saturn in Pisces, which is what is the teenage fantasy that you never do anything about, that has to go. The full moon in Pisces is also when the moon accepts the full illumination from the sun in Virgo. Now this Pisces-Virgo axis, this is a healing in terms of your self-image. The full moon is our mirror. It reflects back to us the true self-image we have of ourselves inside. Now Virgo purifies and heals. And how Virgo purifies and heals. Virgo takes away what is fake, what is inauthentic. So as you reflect on this full moon in Pisces and how you're making your dreams come true, and Saturn says you got to do the work, then also the Virgo, the sun in Virgo, which separates, which is harvest time. The sun in Virgo separates in the sense of separating us from what is not authentic to you. And what is not authentic to you is with the sun in Virgo, what is not authentic to you is the way you can be so tough on yourself in terms of it's gotta be perfect. The self-criticisms, the way perhaps that you put yourself down. This is the Virgo purification and taking away what is false, what is fake. Those inner dialogues and tapes, and Virgo is ruled by Mercury, the messenger. Mercury has a message to send, something to communicate. And the self-image of not being good enough, trying to be perfect, the self-criticism, the inner dialogue. This full moon in Pisces is reflecting the true self-image of how perhaps you do this to yourself, and how at this time it's time with the sun in Virgo to heal that and release that, to harvest. In other words, what is healthy and what is toxic, what is poison. And certainly what is poison is the self-criticism of how you're not good enough, not perfect enough. No baby born is disconnected from their true authentic self, how they feel, their emotional body, what they need. They let us know very loudly. They don't sit around in doubt and think, am I not good enough to scream for a meal or a hug or whatever it may be? This is the Virgo process of healing and purification and taking away what is false to the true authentic self. Thursday, August 31st, we have the moon still in Pisces, and the moon in Pisces makes a nice supportive sextile aspect to Jupiter, its ruler in Taurus, ruled by Venus. So this is the opportunity to grow and increase in love and abundance, because Jupiter in Taurus is the money sign, and this is one of the themes for the week. Also, the moon in Pisces makes an opposition to Mercury in Virgo, and then a sextile aspect to Uranus in Taurus. So Mercury is the mundane mind, the everyday details that we pay attention to. Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury, meaning flashes of brilliance and insight that just come to you seemingly out of the blue. So with the moon making that opposition or separation, to Mercury in Virgo. This is moving away from, again, the everyday mind that can be too self-critical. The moon in Pisces making the sextile to Uranus in Taurus, which is love ruled by Venus, are those moments of brilliance and inspiration, as we do have the moon in Pisces, that come from a higher spiritual level that help you to go back to the original dream and what it is that you truly want. Friday, Venus's day, we then have the moon enter cardinal fire Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. And the first sign of the zodiac represents the new life, the newborn baby, innocence. Now, the moon in Aries, ruled by Mars, and we have Mars in Libra, its detriment right now. The moon in Aries is very impatient to begin with. It wants to win, it wants to compete, it wants to be first. Moon in Aries, Aries wants to trailblaze and push through ahead. Now, the moon in Aries is making an opposition this Friday to its ruler Mars and its detriment in Libra. This is the marriage axis in astrology. Aries says, I am independent. I don't need anybody. Mars in Libra. Libra is marriage. We are together, peace, harmony. So this opposition aspect, moon in Aries, Mars in Libra, can be quite combative and destructive if we don't listen. So with this moon opposition Mars, it's just about not going to say anything. I'm just going to listen to what the partner has to say about what they are feeling and wanting and needing in the relationship. Now, Aries and Libra, that's hot. Those are the two lovers in the zodiac. So this is the time to make love, not war, certainly with this aspect going on. Then we have the moon in Aries making what's called an inconjunct, an antitia, to the sun in Virgo. So there's an underneath dialogue going on here that can be very beneficial if we don't try to force something to fit that simply doesn't fit right now. In other words, this aspect is about making adaptations and adjustments and trying to force something to work. Sun in Virgo, something to fit. That take your time. It doesn't all have to fit right away. There are lots of details and adjustments to be made. Again, the moon in Aries is too impatient to get it all done all at once. As we close out the week, Saturday, we still have the moon in Aries, and the moon in Aries makes a very exciting, passionate, sexy fire trine flow to Venus in Leo. Now, with the moon in Aries and Venus in Leo, this is just have some fun. Just put all of the problems off to the side for the moment and do something fresh and new and exciting. And fire is happy. Fire in astrology is that sense of being like a big kid and being playful. And, there are times when, grown-upping is highly overrated. When is the last time that you and your partner just said the heck with it all? We're not adulting today. We're not going to get things done and stress about bills and worry and all that kind of thing. We're just going to play. And so the moon in Aries trine Venus, the love planet, and oh so romantic Leo, is take a day. It's Saturday, by the way, to just let it all, it can wait. Just let it all go and have a fun, exciting, big kid day. One of the things that I love about men is that there's something about men that they never lose that little boy component to them. They always remember to play. If you walk into a man's office, you'll see the little basketball hoop or the golf clubs or something like that, toys around the desk, where that sense of the inner child that loves to have fun and be playful. It's one of the things that I so appreciate about men. And let that come out and have a good time on this Saturday, September 2nd. We are in Labor Day weekend anyway. So have a bit of fun after everything that's going on. And the spirit of play is childhood revisited. When you're playing and it's loose and it's not planned and it's spontaneous, That also is when the dream and the inspiration and the genius can come out. So take that time to do this on this Saturday. Also, the moon in Aries makes a conjunction to Chiron, the wounded healer in Aries. Now, Chiron, the wounded healer, represents where our greatest woundedness came from and where our greatest healing can come from. And when Chiron is in the sign of Aries and the moon is coming together with Chiron, the moon being the nurturing mother, the caretaker. The thing about Aries is all they want is love, just like the newborn baby. They can't get enough love. And like the heart of a child, Aries is the sign of the zodiac that no matter how many times they've been disappointed, let down, no matter how many times their trust has been betrayed, they always try again. Aries is springtime. It's fresh, it's new, it's filled with hope and promise. So that moon in Aries conjunct Chiron, which is getting back to the true sense of identity. Chiron in Aries. Aries says I am. So that need, the need of the moon to just get back to the authentic self, especially in the area of your body and appearance. The first sign of the zodiac, Aries, is the image. It's how you look, your body. So whether you were shamed or not for some kind of body issue, the moon in Aries conjunct Chiron in Aries is the need to love yourself and know that you are beautiful. Everything is beautiful. Everyone has their own beauty. This is the healing, or part of the healing, of Chiron, the wounded healer, in the sign of the newborn baby Aries. Be free with your body. Express with your body. Feel great about your body. Listen to the needs. This is the moon. Listen to the needs of your body. So this week can end up fabulously and so much fun. Thank you, everyone, for being here and listening to the Voice of Astrology podcast. Have a blast, and I will see you all in the stars. Thank you.